So normally when you're putting a deck on, you do not want the deck board to touch the side of your house. But this is going to be covered. So I do want the deck board to touch the side of my house.
Right.
And I'm going to tie all this together with this board.
Right. The one that's right there on the...
And that one's warped like a big dog too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But anyway.
And you have to cut it because it has to go to the middle of the board.
I cut everything.
Yeah.
I cut every damn board.
Yay. So much fun.
I know. My favorite thing. Well, what I'll do is once I know what the length is, like I'll measure this one, and I'll cut them all this length for a minute.
And then it'll change.
Well, because I've got to break the pattern.
Yeah.
I have to break the pattern. I should be breaking every board, but I got to get this put down.
Yeah.
If I don't, well, you know what? That's what I'll do. You're right. I should quit for the day too.
You really should.
Okay.
And I'll help you close it up.
So what I'm going to do is, I've got to get that board down.
Okay, let's put this one board down. Let's get this board down. Or do you need
that
to?
That one's not going to do it.
It's too messed up.
One board's not going to do it.
Okay. Okay, I will be back. Okay, while I was gone cooling off, Selena went ahead and put that piece in there to start the boards across the flooring of the deck. And she went and found an old 2x12, a piece of a 2x12 left from some other project, and took as much of the bow out of that second board as she could. If you can see it, it's still bowing up a little bit. It's pushing that 2x12 up, but not like it was. And as she said, if you don't take care of these while they're wet, you can't move them.
No.
They will not bend.
Well, when
So,
the deck board's on, when all the deck boards are on, the deck boards, because of the way they're doing, should take all of the bow out of it.
right. But you're done, I hope.
I would have cut it up and thrown it away.
Yeah.
You know, or used it for pieces parts.
Yeah.
They're too expensive.
Yeah, they're way
$10.
too expensive. Yeah.
They're
How-
$10.
$10 a piece. Damn. Okay. Okay, well, good for today, right? Okay. Going away for now. Doing. So, first thing this morning, I got up and, of course, she was already over here working, trying to beat the heat. And I see that you did what you talked about doing.
What's that?
You broke the...
I always do. I always think, oh, well, I could break it every 3 feet, and I don't.
Yeah.
I just do every one. I mean, every one of these has to be cut, which is...
Yes, a pain.
There we go.
Wow.
And these are a bitch to get in.
Yeah, I know you were having Zeb showed him what he was doing.
Well, because some of them go in right away.
Yeah.
But then they wobble.
Yeah, and when you get tired, especially.
When you get tired, especially, it's like that's kind of a. But you're like, that's one more step to try to nail them in. And it's like it actually saves me time along with
and frustration.
If they want to flop over on you, and that's how I rip my hand.
Oh, lovely.
Because they flip over and then the screw cuts into your hand. But it is quicker this way. No, it's not. No, it's quicker until it does that.
When it does the wobble,
where it flips over.
It's quicker till it does that. Yeah.
For some reason, and this is the old box. I noticed the new box doesn't do it as bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a few out of the new box, and they actually catch better. So I imagine it's something to do with head. And these were not zero damage, so there you go. So, these are the last of the ones that we bought to do Lynn's mother's deck with. And as you know, I put in way more than you're supposed to, or that most people do.
Right.
And I did Lynn's mother's deck and the deck on the treehouse, and now I've done a big part of this with those. So
And miscellaneous projects.
$79 for a box of deck screws.
Right.
But I'll be using those for the next umpteen years.
Yeah.
On everything. So there's that. I would rather buy them in bulk because it's a lot cheaper. Like the longer ones, I don't buy. Okay. $79 for this.
That great big box.
$30 for that.
Oh my. But those are the longer ones.
Those are 3 inches, and
Yes.
it's not because they're longer, because a box just like this of the slightly shorter ones
Right.
is $25.
Huh.
The ones that are 2.5 like these,
Uh-huh.
ones like this that are 2.5, and you can see it's the same fucking company.
Right, it is. It is.
Okay. Screws this length in this box are $25. So that's $79.
Right.
It would be $25. So I would rather buy a whole bucket of them because I know eventually I will use them all.
Yes, yes. And that's more than 3 times that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's quite the savings. Better to buy in bulk.
But if
Unless
you...
have a small project, or I do not need that many 3 inches ones,
Which is why you don't buy massive boxes of them.
which is why I buy a whole box of them.
Yeah.
Also, they are slightly more expensive, the 3-inch ones.
In the big box.
So a big box of them is like $85.
Yeah.
Which you have less screws in there, so I don't really get that. Because they're sold by weight.
Huh. I'm sure somebody out there knows why. Okay, oh, the other thing...
Corporations decided
Yeah.
that they could get
Yeah.
big bucks.
So
Everybody wants to, right now wants to blame the administration for the inflation. It's like, last time I looked, they didn't own Walmart or any of the corporations that serve Walmart.
Yeah.
It's the corporations. Why do you think the corporations are gigging us, people? Because they want you to vote for Trump.
I found something out not too long ago that just absolutely blew my mind. Mussolini, everyone knows who Mussolini was.
Mussolini.
He defined
Trump's prototype.
the term fascism.
Yeah.
And he defined the term fascism as basically government by corporation.
Yeah.
Okay? And then in the 80s, a corporation bought Webster's dictionary, and they took every mention of corporation in that definition out.
Yeah, there you go.
That's really interesting. Oh, the other thing
Not that that's who's really running the show, people.
Anyway, I noticed also when I walked up that you removed the 2x12,
Yeah.
and
I didn't remove the 2x12 till I had come all the way up to it and had a bunch that were pushing down on it.
right, and it took the bow out.
Oh yeah, it took the blow out.
That's awesome.
Well, and that's also because all this shit is still wet.
Yes.
When you first buy it, you have a limited amount of time to get this shit up. First off, the longer it sets, the harder it gets.
Right.
So when I store pressure treated wood for any length of time that is long,
Right.
I put it in the shade and I press it with weight
Right.
to keep it from curling, but also to keep, as it sets in the sun, which is one of the pluses,
Right.
it gets harder
And
and harder
harder.
and harder. So getting a screw or nail and it gets harder
And harder.
and harder.
So you want it to harden in position where you want it.
So you want it to put, so the sooner
Yeah.
you can use it, the better. The
Well,
sooner you use it up, the better.
Speaking of the sun, I didn't wear a hat coming over here
Yeah,
because
so
I
you
was in a
better
hurry,
go.
so I'm going to go back. I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so reach the part where you can actually work while being on the deck, which is kind of cool.
It's actually easier to put them in if you can walk between them.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I know the spacer. I'm sure you've explained the spacer before, but
Yeah.
you use that to be sure you have the same space
Yeah,
between all
yeah.
of the. And it's the same board
'Cause
you
even though it's
used.
going to be under the roof, it'll still get water occasionally. If nothing else, we'll want to hose the motherfucker off to
Yes.
clean it.
Yeah.
And plus, it'll allow airflow to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about putting black because I thought, well, in the cold weather, and it's like, only I hang out on a deck in
When
the
it's
cold
freezing
weather.
cold.
So
Yeah.
I have other places I can hang out that aren't quite as cold.
There
So
you go.
There you go. But yeah, it's actually harder because I have to bend over. In fact, I was getting ready to drop in there. So
you can finish the last ones here.
If I wasn't so freaking old, it'd be easy. I used to do this. I used to didn't even think about this.
I know.
Crawling in and out of holes and shit. But I have no knees.
Yeah, I know. Even with the braces, it's a problem.
But it's a lot easier to put them in from down.
From down here.
Yeah, because otherwise I got to bend over. And I can't crawl around on my knees anymore.
No.
But in fact, that's what I need to do.
Are those the new ones?
Yep. And this is a new head too. So with the new ones, the head that came with it, it
No
was
good.
stripped out in
Okay.
like 10 minutes.
But you had one.
But I have a whole
You have a whole
thing
pocket
of
full of
them,
them,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And like I said, I think that last box was just a shitty box.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't, they wobbled all over the place.
Well, and it was a full price box. It wasn't
Yeah, that's what I told. Oh, I told the guys at the lumberyard got an earful today because I'm like at the lumber desk and said, look, I spent a lot of money in here. I don't want to, but I do. And yesterday they literally, while I'm sitting there going, that is the crap that everybody else cast it off,
right.
they still put it in my freaking truck.
Yeah.
And said, oh, that's all there is. And I said, I doubt that.
Yeah.
I doubt that seriously.
Yeah.
Because, figuring shit, what, did they get a magical delivery last night?
Yeah.
Because they had brand new pellet. They didn't want to go get it. Instead, they wanted to give me, one guy was pissed off at the world because they kept calling in while he was trying to work and add stuff. So he just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're going to need to put that into the...
guy today, it's like, look, I would rather freaking load it myself than have to deal with that. I said, because it'd be different if you gave me, if you gave me a discount to take the cast-offs at the end of a damn pallet,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But I paid full price for those boards.
Right.
And I had to move every single one of them.
Yeah.
A couple of them I had to put upside down with the stamp showing.
Yeah.
Because the other side had big notches taken out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. I should have really put my foot down yesterday, but I got news for you. I was hot and tired.
Yeah.
And I knew if I said anything, it would be, fuck all you goddamn redneck pieces of shit, you Trump ball licking bastards.
Surely not.
Yeah. That's what I would have done. And so instead I did nothing and wound up just working with it, which I can do, but like I said, again,
If you're paying full price.
if I got discount, if I picked them up by the side of the road and somebody else threw them away, that's one thing.
Right.
That's what I'm used to. But when I'm paying freaking top dollar for this shit,
Yeah, it ought to be
I
good.
expect it to be right.
That's right. Okay, I'm going to go get out of the sun. Okay, I wanted to take a picture of this before it gets covered up. Selena decided that she wanted to put another support in here, so she set it on a rock. It's underneath the deck, so it's highly unlikely to get super wet. It's a scavenged, very old piece, and so what she did is she hit it with drain oil. So it's a landscape timber.
And see, I work with...
And here is just part of what I missed today. You dug a footing.
Yeah.
How deep?
Down to the old sidewalk.
Oh, wow. So it's down on rock, actually.
Yeah, it's down on concrete and rock.
So she dug a footing, filled the footing, and started the rock up. This is going to be a rock wall. And you see she put that pipe in there that the hose goes through. That is amazing.
Well, I'm going to be jerking on the hose to turn things off and on and stuff, so I didn't want it just hanging there. So, could you hand me those galvanized?
Absolutely. So we've talked about this before. She's breaking the joint back and forth here. And she's going in every other one, which makes it fun because she has to cut them all over the place. This is crazy. And of course, that's where she's going to be putting the permanent seat that lifts so that she can access the water spigot.
In fact, I need to turn the water on because I'm watering the garden.
Oh, okay.
So.
Do you want me to come up and do that? I can do it.
No,
because I don't have to. Okay.
No, once I'm here, we'll just.
Okay, so how is it you get in?
These are the kind of things you do when you don't have any knees. The less I can get down, up from being all the way down, the better. So I just scoot myself on my hands and my ass.
There you go.
But wait till you see me get in here. That's the weird thing. I figured out, because it was killing my knees to get in here. And I finally figured out a way to do it, which I'm getting ready to run out of. So.
Oh, because you're going to not have the room.
Yeah. And that'll mean I have to sit on a thing because I can't. I might go get my kneeler out of the milk room.
Yeah.
Because that'll work. All my tools are over there.
Of course they are. I'll get them. I'm going away. Not that much longer later, Selena's rapidly reached the point that she's going to have to move out of her convenient little place because there won't be any room for her legs. And then you said you'd have to rip one to go in this, right?
Oh, yeah. That's not happening tonight.
That's not happening tonight?
No, not in the daylight.
Not happening tonight? I'm shocked and appled. Okay. Scott probably has enough boards over there in the truck. We're hoping.
We hope.
We hope. And this morning she came out before the sun did its nastiness. And you finished it, right?
Yes, finished.
The deck is done.
The deck is good.
And you said that you had exactly enough boards.
Okay, so two things.
Right.
First, I'm going to crow a little because I had just exactly the right amount of board. This is the biggest piece that's left over. And as you can tell, I had to rip a piece off
Yes,
of it.
it did. Yes, you did.
Okay, so that's the biggest piece. But now I have to tell myself, see this pile
Right,
and that bucket?
right.
I don't know how I did it, but I managed to lay my joists out on 16-inch centers. And whatever I did, I wound up having to cut all but 2 boards on this entire fucking deck.
For the length.
Every single board had to be cut.
Yep.
Except 2 of them.
Wow.
2. Like, yeah, walk on up here. It's good and solid. I'm really pleased with that. Okay, a lot of people, most people, especially contractors, they do not put 3 nails and screws in every joint, but I do.
Right.
Because I don't want the sumbitch to blow up, and I don't want it to twist.
Right, right.
You know, we've talked about that before with the pressure-treated wood. You can tell how fast pressure-treated wood is going to get harder than shit.
Right.
And or twist. This is what I first put in.
Right.
Look at the coloration between it and the ones I put in this morning.
Right. Completely different shades.
Completely different shade. It's already getting hard. It's already, and if it wasn't either didn't have weight on it and or wasn't screwed and nailed the shit, it would twist like a bitch.
Well, there were some boards you had to hold down,
most of
twist,
them.
yeah.
There was a whole truckload. I bitched about that already.
That first load,
That
yeah.
was not the first load. It's one of the middle loads.
The one of the middle loads, yeah.
Yeah, this one was up so bad I thought I was never going to get it to
That
lay
second,
down.
yeah, the second 2x6.
But yeah, I had to cut every single board. No, I lied. 2 of them I didn't have
That's
to cut.
right, 2 you didn't have to cut.
And I would like to tell you, I know exactly why that happened. No, I don't. So it'll happen again, because no, I don't know how it happened. I don't know what I did. One of you will be, well, you did this. It's like, okay.
Yay.
But I don't know how I did it, but yeah, I had to.
Well, say goodbye to the folks, and we'll start again.
Bye, folks.
Start again with the putting up the cover.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the lumber yard now.
Bye.